today is for two people with a very similar iconic hairstyle. So I'm sorry for all the die-hard fans that will say, no, one looks completely different than the other, but I'm looking at them and I couldn't decide which one I wanted to do for my B, so I thought, hey, I'll combine the two. So B today is for Betty Grable and Lucille Ball, and this is the style that I've come up with. I really hope you enjoy the tutorial. It's actually a really simple style to do, and I think actually if you wanted to, it could be very easily accessorised with a scarf with a flower, and it could also be very easily modernised as well. I've done a kind of modern version just because, well, that's kind of how it turned out, and because I wanted to make it something a little bit quicker. If you wanted to do everything very traditionally, you can use the same kind of setting pattern as I do with my hot sticks, but use pin curls instead, and you're going to get a more authentic technique. Anyway, I really hope you enjoy this tutorial, and I'll see you soon. Bye! So the way that I've set my hair is, as you can see, mainly with hot sticks. I've done a couple of pin curls just up here simply because this is kind of my fringe area, and the hot sticks just didn't grip enough to curl them, so a pin curl is better, but otherwise I would have used hot sticks there as well. I suppose when I was putting these in, I was thinking more about how the style is actually going to be in the end. So in terms of kind of the movement of the hair, you're going to kind of be moving everything forward and curls are going to go in. So that's why I've kind of rolled these ones almost up the way. I've used the smaller ones at the front to try and get as much curl in here as I possibly can, so smaller sections here. These ones I actually just rolled forward because, again, that's the way the hair is going to go. Everything's going that way. You don't have to be very precise with how you roll your hair for this one, just because we are putting the back of it up, but you really want to try and get the ends in the hot sticks, which can be quite a tricky thing to do, because what you don't want is straggly ends as much as possible to try and avoid the straggly ends. I'm going to take all this out and then we're going to put the hair up. See you in a bit. Okay, so this is it all out. Now the big thing now is to really try and preserve the curl, which is going to be quite hard actually. But what I would suggest to begin with actually, and I should have mentioned this, when I set my hair, I did section off a V section just here. So that's kind of for the sort of fringe area. So very gently, what you'll want to do is just clip that out of the way, because you're not going to be using that section to begin with, and you kind of want to preserve the curl there. So the first kind of parting is going to be a bit of a strange parting, but I think actually it just adds a little bit of interest to the style. So you're going to be parting your hair from, no, not from that one. Anyway, it doesn't really matter which way around you do it, but I'm going to do it from my left, the corner of my left eyebrow, so up here, and I'm going to be parting it to the back of my right kind of ear, or sort of round about the neck area, sort of here. So just take your rat tail comb and pull it through so you get a clean line. And as I said, it just adds a little bit of interest to the style rather than just doing a straight down the middle part. And you'll want to clip away one side and work on one side at a time. Now, because what we're going to be trying to do is kind of pushing all this hair forward, what you can do is you can simply brush it up. I'm going to be twisting it, but what I'm trying to achieve is some fullness on this side. So this is where the back combing comes in. What you want to really try and do, again, is try and preserve that curl. So, in terms of the back combing, again, think about the way in which your hair is going to go. So it's going to be rolling inwards towards the front. So your back combing should reflect that. So be very gentle with the curls and just tease away at the roots, but hold the ends, don't go all the way to the ends, because that is not going to do you any favours. What you can do is you can hairspray at this stage if you've got finer hair. I'm not really going to bother too much. But to you. I'm just going to continue and tease all this and tease the other side as well, and I'll show you how to do the rolls. Okay, so crazy lady hair. Hopefully you've managed to get a bit of volume just kind of in the roots there. What you're going to then want to do is just kind of smooth it out just on these bits. So take a nice kind of smoothing comb and smooth it upwards like that, just so you have a nice clean line. You can always kind of fix that as well with pomade or hairspray or anything like that you're using. So, but it's nice just to kind of start with a better surface. What you're going to need at this stage is not bobby pins. I don't even know what the proper name for these are, but the wider hairpins. I suppose hairpins actually rather than hair grips. So these, because you're going to be wanting to kind of angle things in. If you don't have these, you've only got bobby pins, just widen out your bobby pins and use them, but they won't work quite as well. So get some of those ready. And then what you're going to do is smooth and gather. Ooh. So kind of smoothing all these bits out. Smoothing it up. Try not to break up that curl. It's really, really hard, I know. But use your hand to feel if it's smooth. Pull it out to the side and slightly angled up, and then you're going to twist in. Almost as if you were making a victory roll. And twist it nice and tight. And then push it forward so you get the volume here at the side. Once you're happy with the placement and it all feels nice and smooth, you just take your little pins and secure in place. Okay, it shouldn't take many pins to make it feel secure, because actually you've twisted it, so it should feel quite nice, nice and tight already. I would push it forward again, just because you're really wanting to get that bit of volume here on the side of the style. You've got this crazy bit up here, but you work with that later, or you leave it that crazy. Up to you, I guess. Anyway, so exactly the same on the other side. Rub it between your hands, coat your hands with it, just so you've got a little bit on the end, and then you just want to take the curls and just kind of define them a little bit more to try and reduce whatever frizz is there. And just start kind of placing them. You want everything to kind of go towards the centre, and at this point you will need your normal kind of hair grips to pin everything down. until you're happy with everything. I could sit here for hours and do it, but for the sake of the video, I won't. But anyway, that's kind of what you're aiming for. A nice little piece of interest in the front. What you could do as well, you could put a nice little scarf up if you wanted to. You could put a hair flower in. And whatever you like, really. That's a good thing about vintage style, that you can do whatever you like with it. Anyway, I'll just show you this from all angles. Hopefully, oh, that one's not secure. Naughty bobby pin. So anyone else's bobby pins misbehave? Mine always misbehave. There we go. I'm fiddling again, aren't I? Sorry! Okay, so from all angles. There we go. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial, and I'll see you next time.